Good morning! Okay, so yesterday was pretty bad.
When I say bad, I mean yesterday was a complete shit show.
But before we get into that,
Yo, what up, Astrofam? It's your girl Chichi, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Chichi again. And this is Chichi's Unfiltered Life, the diary of a psychic in recovery.
anyways, back to the show.
I kicked my honey out of the house for the millionth time. He slept in his car. As I was leaving for the treatment center, I remembered the day before when he tried to be Papa Lock. He broke my son's door trying to open it for him. So the door no longer opened from the outside. So I had to climb my big ass in through the car, through the passenger side, just to get in. It didn't end there. I drove to the gas station with the keys inside the ignition, left them inside so I could just wipe down the windows because there's this crazy fog that's happening. We have like this whole mist thing that's happening, the fog type thing. I don't know, wherever we're living at, I bet you they're doing some scientific stuff, but that's just me with my conspiracy theories and all that. But anyways, when I get there, I ended up locking the keys inside the car. Total chaos. Luckily, a man pulled up. I read him for filth because yes, I went against all my ethics, morals, and values, but I didn't care because I wasn't going to get inside the car. I needed to use his car, and I wasn't going to get inside the car with the psychopath, and I needed to get a ride back to the house. Luckily, he gave me all of that. I read him for filth. He was a good person. He wasn't going to do anything to me, so I ended up having to pick up my son, bring him over there. Papa Lock came, cost $200 to pick up the car or to open up the door to the car. So in that week, already $400 gone. To top it off, my honey was talking so much shit in the car during the ride home instead of trying to get back in my good graces. Yes, yesterday was straight up wild. But I'm leaving it in the past where it belongs.
I go so hard, they still discredit my talent. Took shit too far, now they regretting what happened. Hard for my mama to accept, I'm a savage. You play, I'm letting you have it. Bring out the best in me or be a distraction.
Today's gonna be better. We're gonna put that out there to the universe. Today's gonna be a whole different day, okay? It's gonna be better. It's gonna feel better. It's just gonna be one of the better days, okay? Starting off our day, positive affirmations. It's gonna be a beautiful, magical day full of nothing but blessings and miracles, okay? That's gonna be our positive affirmation today. Okay, y'all, I actually woke up early today.
Yo, what up, Astrofam? It's your girl Chichi, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Chichi again. And this is Chichi's Unfiltered Life, the diary of a psychic in recovery. This is a place where I get real and raw, sharing everything from the highs to the lows and the messy moments in between. This vlog is all about being open and vulnerable. I'll be sharing my emotional battles, especially navigating life as a psychic with borderline personality disorder, also known as BPD, and my experience with methadone treatment. It's tough, but it's a part of my healing process. And I want anyone out there going through something similar to know you're not alone. And it's okay not to have everything figured out. We don't have to have all the answers.
So forget that. Let me get up. Let me get ready. And get the hell up out of here. Okay. Alright, so we're going to probably get to the treatment center before it is light outside. Alright, see y'all in a little bit. So it was actually real quick. As soon as I punched in my number, they called me. So we're on our way back. It's 7:25. Yeah. I'm not too sure. I have to do some stuff on the computer. I have some issues going on with my significant other.
Like most people, I've been through a lot of disappointment in my life. So much so that I've built walls to protect myself from getting hurt again. I'm bracing myself for the worst because honestly, the idea of opening up again only to be disappointed doesn't feel safe. But here's the thing. I know that people will disappoint us sometimes. We can't expect perfection, no matter how much we want it. But that doesn't change the fact that I still want the fairy tale. I want that epic, lasting love where two people are there for each other through everything. Why can't I have that? If nothing is impossible, then why can't I live the dream of love? I know life isn't perfect and relationships take work, but damn, I still want to believe in something truly magical. We've all been sold this idea of a perfect love story. Look at the damn Notebook. It's hard not to feel like we deserve that. Like, why don't we deserve that? But what really hits is the weight of the past disappointments. When it starts to make me question if I'm asking for too much. Is it unrealistic? But here's the thing. I still believe in the possibility of something extraordinary. I believe in dreaming big. Without that hope, what's the point of living? It's tough. I feel like I'm caught between wanting to protect myself and still holding out for something beautiful. But what I'm learning is that my fairy tale doesn't have to look like anyone else's. It doesn't have to be perfect or shiny. It can be messy, flawed, and still real. And maybe that's what makes it beautiful. Let me be real with you. I've been in a long-term relationship, one that had its shares of ups and downs, highs and lows. Being with someone for so long, especially a high school sweetheart, we split up for 10 years, brings both beauty and challenge. We've grown up together, shared memories together, evolved, not just as individuals, but as partners. That shared story is priceless, but it can also bring tension. Sometimes we fall in and out of love. But what I've realized is that relationships doesn't come without static. They shift, they change, they ebb and they flow. And you know that's normal. And you're not alone in feeling that way. For me, the relationship is different. This relationship is different. There's a commitment to push through the hard times. I never wanted that before. Every other relationship I've been in, I've always felt like it was love at first sight, swept away by the rush. But when I realized it wasn't more than just lust, I just break up and move on. By this time, I was already done with their ass. But it's different now. I'm committed to seeing it through the lows, through the hard moments. And on top of that, navigating my own personal journey as a psychic with the abilities that I have with BPD and in treatment, these complexities can make things feel even more intense and unpredictable. Sometimes my emotions overwhelm me, and when there's distance in a relationship or I'm feeling disconnected, it can feel like everything's falling apart even when it's not. But the fact is, I'm still here, pushing through instead of running away. And to me, that's growth. It's uncharted territory for me. I'm learning that love is more than just a feeling. It's a choice, an effort, a journey. We don't always feel in love the way we want, the way we did in the start. But love doesn't stay the same. It evolves. Sometimes love is about showing up for each other when things get tough, even when you're drifting apart, and you still find your way back to each other. It's not always easy. Sometimes I don't know if I'm making the right choices. I feel lost. But what matters is that I'm committed. I'm here for the long haul. And no matter how many times I kick his ass out, I'll kick him out through the door, he will find his way through the window. But I will always make sure that that window is unlocked. I love this bastard so much. And it's not easy. But I'm learning more about myself and about my capacity to love. It's slow and it feels uneven, but that's the beauty of it. I'm creating something real. We're creating something real. Something with potential to last far beyond the rush of infatuation. And I'm here for it. I don't care what happens.
I'm debating on whether I want to leave his stupid ass or not. We'll see. Feels like every time you act like everything's okay and you let things slide and they just keep playing with you. And if you do the same thing back to them, they lose their damn mind. Men don't know how to act. It's about a 45-minute drive. We'll see what happens when I get home. Yesterday, I was so enraged. I do not want him anywhere around me. So, we'll see how today goes. I ain't gonna record it if I do hit him with a bat. Don't want any evidence. I'm so tired of dealing with the child. I got my own shit I gotta deal with. I do not need to deal with a child. Good God, fucking grow up. I don't know. I really need to calm down because I've been very, enraged. Yesterday, I damn near broke the door slamming it. I just been filled with anger. I'm just tired of being played with. Like, what's the point of you saying sorry if you just gonna keep doing the same shit? So fucking annoying. I'm just over it. And this foggy is shit outside. Y'all see that? I can barely see in front of us.
Now, yes, I'm talking all that shit, but the truth is, he has my heart and I have his. Let me be completely honest with you. There have been moments in this relationship where I've been so stubborn, and as much as my partner wanted to work it out, I just wanted to scream, yell, and crash the fuck out. The emotions were so overwhelming, but here's the thing. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to lash out. I don't want to crash out and let my emotions take over. I want to be better. And he's actually told me that before. How come you let your emotions control you? And that drives me insane. I don't like to let my emotions control me. I like to feel them. I like to validate my feelings and let them go. And I want to be better, like I said. And here's the kicker. Again, no matter how hard it gets, I can't imagine my life without him. And I hope he feels the same. And that's powerful. I'm not saying everything's perfect. Believe me, we are so far from perfect. We definitely have our low points. But I know I want to fight through these moments that are low and get to the highs, because the highs are so good. And lows don't last long. But let me be clear though. If it came down to cheating, that's my no. That's my boundary. I would walk away. Cheating is something I cannot get past. I would never ever have peace after that. It's not about judging others. Cheating isn't everyone's no. And some people can work through it. But for me, once trust is broken, it's done. I could never look at him the same way again. My heart, it just detaches completely. It's not something that I do. It's just done. Like at that point, it's over. But right now, what matters is that I'm committed to this relationship through all the highs and lows. And I'm learning to find peace. Not by running away or giving up, but by facing it, learning from it, and growing with him together. And let me add something else. There's been an eye-opening moment for me. This relationship in itself has been eye-opening. For most of my life, I've been the quote-unquote runaway bride. I'm 40, I've been proposed to 5 times, and I never walked down the aisle. Every time something would happen, and I'd find myself running away. But through all this healing, I'm starting to actually ask myself, what am I really running from? I've been so overwhelmed by uncertainty, the fear of things not working out, that I would sabotage it before it could fall apart. Anxiety made me feel like running was easier than facing the discomfort. But this time, I'm learning the real peace comes from facing the fear and trusting I can get through it. That doesn't mean that it's easy. Hell, it's hard, but I'm willing to sit with it. I'm willing to fight for something real. The journey is about healing from the past and creating something new for the future. And for the first time, I'm choosing to fight for love instead of running from it. And that's something I'm very proud of.
So we over here at Andrea's Almond Cake Bakery. It is cakes, pastries, desserts, coffee, sandwiches, custom order, Puerto Rico flavors. Puerto Rico, that place forever in your heart, no matter where you live. Look, I love Puerto Rico. Boricua! Okay. And they are open. And they have the best pastries here. Oh my god, my daughter loves their cakes. So we decided to come over here because my mom's leaving to my sister's house for a little bit. Let's see what they have. She normally gets these ones. These are cheese penis pastries with almond. And then this one is just the cheese without the almonds, and it just has cream cheese on the inside. This one has the strawberries. What's this one? This one's the lemon. Right? This one's the lemon. Then they have the plum cakes. And my daughter loves their cakes. No, I just want one of these.
One.
Yeah.
Dame uno extra en una bolsita de comidito, con una bolsita para ella.
No.
This quesito.
What are these ones? These ones are with strawberry, right?
Eso es la cañamena, ¿son de strawberry?
Oh, guava.
Guava y queso.
Guava and queso. So that's with guava and cheese.
Sí, porque ya me voy para allá arriba, ya tú sabes. Ya me está agarrando para allá. Ya se me acabaron las vacaciones. Ya tuve de vacaciones por acá, pero ahora sí, yo empiezan a trabajar otra vez. Y yo me voy a cuidar.
And I had to touch it.
Pues va a cumplir 3 añitos ahora. Pero estoy cuidando la que
Okay, y'all. So I had no idea that damn cake was real. Thank God I asked the lady afterwards, hey, is that a real cake? Because I just touched it and I felt so horrible. I was one of those kids that my mom, she used to always yell at me when I was little. She always told me not to touch things because you see with your eyes and not with your hands. But I would always want to touch stuff. So she always be like, put your hands in your pocket. Put your hands in your pocket. Stop touching stuff. So now as a grown adult, I still don't know how to act and I touch everything. So I felt so horrible and I had to tell the lady, oh my God, I'm so sorry I touched it. My mom was so embarrassed, but I didn't care. I felt bad.
Let's can eat inside.
What are these, Mom? Esos son pastelillos. What is that? With cheese too? No. Oh, that's just one.
Guys, so we are at Ross. I'm going to see if I could get a couple of crop tops. No, they're not. They haven't opened the doors yet. So we're waiting. I'm listening to this thing about vulnerability and how we numb ourselves from vulnerability, but it's also the key to happiness and joy, and I think that's actually true. So can't wait. I'm waiting on my offer letter for this job. Oh, they opened it up.
By the way, I did go ahead and get that job.
Thank you.
God. Okay, because I was really about to lose my damn mind. I could not do it. Like, I really needed to have some type of income. My ultimate dream is to become a content creator full time. This is what me and my sis want to do. Before, when we actually first met each other, that was like something that we kept to each other, and then we told each other, like, this is exactly what we both want to do. We just want to do content creation all like full time, no longer working 9 to 5s, and that's what we're building towards. But the TED Talk that I was listening to was talking about vulnerability, and it was so beautiful because it really helped me with doing this project, because I had so much anxiety. I was literally sick for a week before I started recording. I didn't even put out the actual vlogs that I did that first week because I was sick to my stomach because of how raw I was being. All the things that my family didn't even know about me, I was saying. And I had literally just told my family, my immediate family, that I had BPD. They already knew that. They were still trying to sit with the fact that I was a psychic and I could read them. You know, that was just one pill to swallow. And then I'm giving them a damn horse tranquilizer and telling them to stay awake. And I'm telling them that I have BPD. Although they were very loving and supportive with it, they did know that I did have an addiction problem before. They didn't know if I was struggling with it. So when I went into treatment, I just didn't want to struggle with it anymore. Like I had told you guys before, if you haven't seen that vlog, I had a blowout with my daughter, and she told me what she needed from me to do, and she wanted me to go into treatment. And it was a beautiful thing for me to go into treatment. But getting back to the vulnerability, the TED Talk, if you just Google or YouTube TED Talk vulnerability, it's an amazing TED Talk, and it talks about when you are vulnerable, it's often the key to unlocking the happiness and joy, true happiness and joy. It's in those raw moments, those open moments, that we allow ourselves to be real. There's no filters, there's no walls. We let our guards down. We are able to connect with others and with ourselves on a deeper level. Vulnerability is what helps us break down the barriers we have put around our hearts, and it allows us to embrace life in all its messy, imperfected glory. I'm not gonna lie, it is not easy. Being vulnerable means opening yourself up to the possibility of being hurt, but you also have the chance to be real and have an authentic connection. And when we take that leap of faith, we make space for true joy, deep intimacy, and personal growth. it's not about being perfect. It's hard because as a rising Virgo, it is very hard for me not to have everything in place. My mind works that everything has to be perfect. It's all or nothing. It's very black and white. And then on top of that, knowing that I have BPD, it's very hard because again, it's that black and white, and I have to learn to live in those gray areas. But it's in those moments. It's that we show up as we are with the flaws, with the mistakes, when we take accountability for everything that we've done in the past that we may not have felt good about, but we did it and we accept it, we feel it, we let them go. That's when you can actually feel the most exposed, but that's when we feel our greatest strength and the kind of happiness that we've all been searching for. It's just like the pursuit of happiness. You finally find that happiness that you've been yearning for, and it's always been within you this whole time. So look up the TED Talk because it was amazing. I was listening to it that day and it really lifted up my spirit.
I'm gonna end up going on Fashion Nova.
Now, what really drives me insane is the fact that when I'm in the middle of a BPD episode, to sum it up, BPD episodes can hijack your emotional state and they affect your ability to engage with the world around you. So what would usually be very simple, everyday things can feel like monumental challenges. They feel like missions because of how deeply everything is felt during these emotional highs and lows. It's so important when you are in the middle of a BPD episode to be extremely gentle with yourself in those moments and understand it's okay not to have it all together. As the breadwinner in the household, I had to take care of my mom and my 2 kids. Me and my honey did not get back together until 5 years ago. The kids were already 16 years old. I had to work 2 full-time jobs to support them. The only time that I wasn't working the full-time jobs was when I was modeling, and I was making good money then. I would literally push myself, and then I would spiral out of control because I would constantly push myself until I just could not get up from bed. There was no getting me out of bed. It wasn't for me. It literally felt as if my body was 10 tons and everything was just so heavy and I could not get myself out of bed. It wasn't a choice. It wasn't me not having strong enough will. Once I would burn myself out to no avail, there was nothing left in me and I would just be stuck in bed. But I've had a lot of brain trauma due to the car accidents that I've had with the addiction, being in treatment, healing myself from past traumas in that I've been through, and then on top of that, being in treatment, then having my psychic abilities. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's overwhelming. Visions, seeing spirits, having spirits want me to come up to random people that I do not know and give them messages like I'm the damn Long Island medium. I'm not going to do that, but I have to accept my gifts. In full transparency, I did not know if my gifts were a blessing or a curse because they were so overwhelming.
All right, let's go find my mom. Okay, so our total came out to be about $35, right? Together, it's like $35. And mine was 11, yours 25, yeah. So what was that, $46? So now we gotta stop at the bank and pick up our lotto tickets. What does it say?
72 sunny. Where's the sun?
Where does it say that on your phone?
Ah, espérate, porque estoy leyendo algo aquí que mandaron.
Look, this is sunny right now.
Tengo que ver esto de camisa a la sal.
This doesn't make no sense.
It's sunny. Mostly sunny. My location is 72. Look at the sun now. 72. Yo no veo ningún sun.
There's no sun. There's no sun. There's fog.
A las 12 que va a salir el sol. 11 a.m. Mira, está saliendo.
At 11 a.m.
11 a.m. solo para acá. A las 6 de la tarde va a estar cloudy again. Y toda la noche, mira, cloudy.
Yeah, but it doesn't say anything about fog, though.
No, exactly. Dice que era fog.
Okay, go. I'm gonna Google it to see what it says about the fog. So my mom saw. My mom saw doo-doo in her dream, and that means abundance. So I'm having her purchase the lottery tickets, and I'm telling her which gas station should we go to, and she says she don't know. But you saw the doo-doo, so you gotta pick the gas station. Mom, you're about to get a swift kick. Don't hit me. That's abuse, and I'm recording you.
Like I care. María, do you care? No. Ni un 2, ni un 3, ni un 4. Que min carajos. Okay, ¿para dónde va?
I guess we can always go to the gas station we always go to. If you want to drive that far, do you want to go over there? Because you need to get some rest before you go. Are you leaving at 11 to see if it goes away? You're going to have to leave it.
Okay, so this spell that I'm going to do right here, this is like a blessing that you do for your house, but it's in Spanish. You're supposed to do it in Spanish, and you're supposed to do it in front of your door with the door closed. And you take cinnamon. Cinnamon is really good for prosperity and abundance. And you put it in your la mano derecha. So you're going to put it in your right hand. And you put enough to blow. I'll put about this much, okay? And this is so that your household never goes without money, okay? Now, I tell everyone, if you don't know what you're doing with the spiritual realm, stay the hell out of it. Always keep protection around you. Do as much protection work as you can before you open up a door to a portal that you have no idea what you're doing with. Okay, people like to mess with the spiritual realm. They will grab tarot cards. Grabbing tarot cards is it's just like grabbing a Ouija board. Okay, you are opening a door to a spiritual realm that you have no idea what is coming in, who is talking to you, what being is talking to you. They can mask themselves. It is extremely important for you to, anytime you are doing any type of spell, ritual, anything that has to do with the spiritual realm, for you to keep protection around you. Doesn't matter how small, how big it is. Doesn't matter how innocent it may seem. It does not matter. When you are dealing with the spiritual realm, you always keep protection around you. There's too many people that like to dip and dabble and put their hands into a lot of different things, and they don't understand what they're playing with, and then they end up going crazy. Okay, make sure that you know what you're doing before you go ahead and mess with something. You also should understand what your roots come from. But the more you go into your spirituality, the more that you learn about yourself, the more you'll understand these types of rules and why they are the way that they are. Plus, I wanted to give you guys a little bonus because I don't show you a lot of the psychic part of me, and the main reason is because I am in a BPD episode. There are things that I will do in a BPD episode, but I will not do a lot. So this was something small. I did my protection work before I even started it. I made sure I blessed myself, made sure I cleansed my area, cleansed my aura, everything before I even started this. Even though it was something small, it was still something that I need to make sure I kept a lot of protection around me. I keep an amulet on me. There's a lot that goes into it. It's not something that you should just take lightly. But I did want to show that part of me as well, and I will be showing more. The more I'm able to come out of this BPD episode, the more that you will see that how deep I go into my spirituality. I can literally go into someone's subconscious and know who they are thinking about when they are talking about someone. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. I'm truly learning to love all of me, and it feels amazing. Being a psychic in recovery with BPD isn't all of who I am, but it's a big part of my journey. For so long, I tried to hide the side of me, but I no longer want to. I'm proud of who I am and who I'm becoming. I know it's been hard for me lately to even get out of bed, even though everything feels like it's falling into place. Yes, I got the job. Yes, everything is falling into place, but that's just how this journey goes. It's a roller coaster, and right now, I'm just making sure I put my damn seatbelt on while trying to just enjoy the ride, no matter how crazy or scary it gets. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. This is me, Chichi, perfectly imperfect. If you learned something, enjoyed watching, or just want to continue following my journey, I really appreciate you making it all the way to the end. Don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe if you want to, and finish watching the spell or the blessing, whichever makes you feel more comfortable. So, So I gotta do it in front of the door. So, cuando esta canela sopla la prosperidad, aquí penetrará. Cuando esta canela sopla la abundancia, vendrá para quedarse. Cuando esta canela sopla la abundancia, aquí quedará. Hecho está. And then you blow it to the door. And I always just do my own thing to the end of it. And I say, as above, so below. So I put my hand in the air, kiss my hand. Well, I kiss my hand first, put my hand in the air, as above, so below. And then that's it. Quick little abundance spell so that your house never goes without money. Really a spell, or if it's like a blessing. I mean, I guess some people would call it a spell, but it's more of a blessing that you do over your house. You consider it either way. But yeah, it keeps your house from going without money, and it brings abundance into your household. Now, there's not one in English that I know of, but when I do have one in English, I'll show it to you guys. But that's the one that I have in Spanish.